So this is my thought process under or around Van Zandt Inc. If you look at the history, in 2010, it was actually started under someone's name that was Eric Rothschild, CEO. September 29th, 2010.
Well, this is certainly a big update in the legal drama playing out between actors Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. The judge has dismissed one of the complaints and laid out his reasoning in an order that is more than 100 pages long. We dug through the paperwork to bring you the very latest.
Justin Baldoni's legal battle with Blake Lively just took a new turn. On June 9th, a federal judge dismissed his $400 million countersuit against his It Ends With Us co-star and her husband, Ryan Reynolds. Access Hollywood confirms.
In a startling twist that pushes Hollywood's legal controversies to new lows, court records indicate that Blake Lively may have secretly communicated with herself through a front company while manipulating the judicial system to gain access to a former employee's private phone records, only to later block that same individual from obtaining the very evidence taken from her. This goes far beyond typical celebrity drama. It represents a troubling misuse of the legal process, prompting legal experts to question whether Lively's actions have crossed the line from aggressive legal maneuvering into potentially unlawful behavior. According to court filings, Blake Lively has been operating through a shadowy corporate entity named Van Zandt Incorporated, which filed what appears to be a fraudulent lawsuit in September 2024 in the Supreme Court of New York County, with no defendant listed. Yes, that's right, a lawsuit with no opposing party. The actual purpose of this legal filing was allegedly to create a justification for issuing subpoenas to obtain private communications from Jen Ill, a former employee of the public relations firm Jones Works, who later joined Wayfair. Blake Lively is using Van Zandt Incorporated as a legal smokescreen, explained a legal analyst familiar with the case.
Baldoni and his production company Wayfair Studios sued Lively and Reynolds for defamation in January and sought at least $400 million in damages.
Using this front company, she issued subpoenas to Stephanie Jones and Jones Works for all records and data pulled from Jen Abel's phone, and throughout that process, no one was informed. What makes this especially troubling is the discovery that Blake Lively's legal team was essentially communicating with itself in court. The same law firm represented both Blake and Van Zandt until recently, when Van Zandt abruptly brought in separate outside counsel, a move that raised suspicions with the court. Blake Lively was effectively speaking to herself in legal proceedings via her shell company, and the attorneys for the shell company were coordinating with her personal lawyers, creating the illusion they were separate parties. As one observer put it, Blake was talking to herself in court filings and pretending they weren't the same person. It's almost diabolical. But the scheme didn't stop at acquiring private phone data. Once Blake had the information through her shell entity, she put in place a calculated protective order pact with a strict confidentiality clause in her lawsuit against Justin Baldoni and Wayfair. This maneuver created a legal trap for the victims. Blake could use the evidence obtained through Van Zandt against them, but they were blocked from using the same information to defend themselves. This explains why Blake Lively initiated the protective order in the first place and why she made it so extraordinarily difficult to challenge.